All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We'll be kind of going back into our supplement series this morning. Kind of. So, what I want to talk about this morning is actually this product here. It's called Progessence Plus. This is not exactly an essential oil, it's actually a serum, but it is made by Young Living. And it is something I use kind of like a supplement every single day. So, for those of you that know or have been following me for any length of time, guys, you know that I have been in the process of rebalancing my hormones for a long time. My hormones have been completely out of whack. So, as some of you know, my husband and I did suffer a miscarriage fairly early on in our marriage. And then after that, we've dealt with many years of infertility. So that's kind of our story. And part of the reason for that is when I did get tested by my doctor, we found that my progesterone levels were extremely low. So, obviously, at that point, that was well before oils had entered my life and I had started a more natural lifestyle. So, I mean, the doctor did what she could, but the medication and the artificial progesterone that she put me on they didn't help. And then when the doctor got to her limits and she recommended we see a specialist, my husband and I just chose a different route. But that's kind of where I was. So, excuse me. I probably should have started on Progessence Plus sooner. I did not. I had received some other oil blends for free, because Young Living does promos every month. And the promo one month was a blend called Progessence. And I loved that blend so much. It smelled amazing. I used it all day, every day. Well, not all day, every day, but I did use it daily. And my hormones got to the point where I got them, instead of getting them more in balance the way I needed to, because your progesterone and your estrogen are supposed to be at certain levels. Well, I kind of went beyond that, and my estrogen went higher, but my progesterone didn't. And how do I know this? Well, I went from fairly balanced moods to like crazy. I was blowing up over nothing, stuff my kids do all the time that normally doesn't faze me. I was like, I was crawling down their throats and just, it was terrible. My husband took one look at me. He said, "Woman, you are crazy." And I knew exactly what he meant, because it's like I couldn't control these crazy emotions. And I'm like, okay, I know what the problem is. By that point, I had been in the community long enough, and I'd heard other people speak of estrogen dominance, that I knew some of the symptoms of it. And I knew that the blend that I was using was especially formulated to help with estrogen levels, but not necessarily as much with the progesterone. And I already knew from previous testing by my doctor that my progesterone levels were low. So I immediately, as soon as he looked at me and told me I was crazy, I'm like, okay. So I got right on the computer and I went ahead and ordered this Progessence Plus stuff. Because I knew that this actually has progesterone in it, but it is a natural source of progesterone. It actually comes from yams. So what I did, I laid off the Progessence. I pretty much stopped using it at that point, to let those estrogen levels start coming back down. And as soon as my Progesterone Plus came in, I started using that. And sure enough, the crazy went away. So if you suffer from mood swings, like crazy, uncontrollable, I go from tears or rage and there's like no in between, you might want to look in to see if you've got some estrogen dominance issues going on. And that can be caused by a bunch of things, y'all. Mine, I happen to know what it was caused by because I had never experienced that before. And I knew what had changed. But anyway, so I got on the Progessence Plus, and that has been a godsend, a godsend. I use it daily. In fact, I use like 5 drops a day. I started off with much less. I think I started off with 2 or 3 drops a day. But another sign of low progesterone can be a lack of desire. And I had definitely noticed that had developed in my life. So I just kept going up on my drops until I noticed a difference in that area. And when I hit that level, I'm like, okay, this is where I need to be. And so that is how much I use daily and why I chose that level. So yeah, anyway, like I said, not like an oral supplement today, but definitely something that has helped in my life that I wanted to share because quite frankly, I know so many women, especially, and guys too, suffer from hormone imbalance. And it's not just like what I talked about today. There's all kinds of different hormone imbalances. Your hormones control everything from your appetite to your sleep, to the male and female goings on. So yeah, hormones are huge. I could spend probably an hour just talking about hormone stuff, but I won't this morning, because this morning I really just wanted to highlight the Progessence Plus. Ladies, it's awesome. It's awesome. Guys, if you're dealing with a lady, it's awesome. There's one for guys too. I will have to let my husband talk more about that one because obviously he's the one that has experience. But I can tell you from personal experience, I like it when he uses the shoe trend. It's nice. And he likes it when I use the Progessence Plus because Crazy Jessica has not come back out, which is wonderful. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. As always, if you have comments or questions, drop a comment down below in the comment box. Send me an email, and I will do my best to answer any questions you may have. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I will see you guys later. Bye.